finding yourself turning to alcohol when things get too stressful? Holistic sober coach and founder of Whole and Well, Amy C. Willis, joins us now with tips on how to break that cycle. Because how many times do we hear, oh, I've had such a day, I need a drink?
Exactly. And for women in particular, we are facing higher rates of chronic sustained stress and burnout than ever before. And alcohol is really positioned and marketed to women as a solve for that, as relief, as self-care. And it's readily available, it's normalized, and it makes sense that women are turning to it more. Mm-hmm. And, you know, during COVID and post-COVID, we saw women's alcohol use increasing, specifically in relation to stress and mental health strain.
Right. Mm-hmm. And there's so much even marketed towards like getting together with your girlfriends to like break that stress cycle, and here's a drink.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's ironic in a lot of ways because alcohol actually makes the stress cycle worse. So it functions as a temporary tool for relief because it does help us calm and relax initially. But as the alcohol is wearing off, our body rebounds into higher levels of stress and anxiety. So it gives us that, you know, it takes the edge off, but it raises stress levels overall.
Right. Yeah. At what point do you know that it's a problem?
Well, if you're turning to alcohol often, if it feels like the only tool that you have in your arsenal to sort of combat stress, if you are drinking more than you set out to drink, if you're setting limits for yourself and you're regularly bypassing those limits, that is likely an indicator that you're more reliant on it than you may have thought. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have a workbook that's been out for a while now, because you deal with group therapy, you deal with one-on-one online, but you realize that not everybody can afford that even. Yeah. So you've developed this notebook, or it's a journal. Yeah, it's a journal. It's a sobriety journal and tracker for women, and it is meant to support and provide guidance and tools so that women don't feel alone in the journey. It can be very overwhelming to question your relationship with alcohol, to know what to do next. And so I poured a lot into this journal and tracker so that women have an accessible tool that's easy to get and easy to use.
Mm-hmm. And it's on Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Okay. And I know that there's a lot of, it's called the first 90 days.
Yeah,
there's a lot out there, but look for Amy C. Willis's name on that.
Yes.
And you come by this all, if viewers are watching you and seeing you for the first time, you come by this from your own personal experience.
Yeah, so I struggled pretty severely with a dependence on alcohol for many years. I also grew up in a home where my dad struggled with it. And I've been sober now for almost 10 years. I've been doing this work for almost 7, and it's very meaningful. It's very personal for me. I know what it's like to struggle. I know how difficult it is to do it alone, and that is why I do what I do. I want to be that person who can support other women in creating change in their lives.
And that first important step is realizing that maybe I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in asking for help. I think a lot of women internalize the struggle, and they also assume that they should be able to figure it out on their own. And there are a lot of layers to it. So whether you're using alcohol to cope, or for stress management, or for socializing, you'll need to look at all those different areas in your life and develop alternative plans for making alcohol less necessary. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot to tackle on your own, and that's why it can be really helpful to do it in conjunction with someone like me.
Right. We've got about 40 seconds left, but do you continue to kind of hear the same story when it comes to dealing with stress and like turning to alcohol?
Absolutely. I talk to women every day about this, and it comes up in pretty much every conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's common.
So we'll have some tips on how you can get help then by either contacting Amy or by, as she said, using the workbook.
Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely.
You provide a help to a lot of people.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
so much.
We'll
get the links up on our website at chch.com/morninglive.